Okay, so it seems like a lot of VTubers are currently being affected by this big issue that is going on over on YouTube. Now, obviously, this is affecting every creator, but it's also affecting your favorite VTuber as well. Now, I think this is a very interesting situation, as it seems like YouTube have made a couple of changes to their system and how views are counted, which is leading to, obviously, a lot of VTubers facing a dip in viewership. And, well, it seems like Josh Strife Hayes has been currently on this and trying to investigate what exactly is going on, because he recently put out a couple of posts talking about this situation, essentially showing the fact that there is a big line that is currently going down between, obviously, mobile and desktop viewers. The kind of graph for mobile and desktop viewers used to be very similar in terms of how it went up and down, right? But now desktop viewers are starting to kind of fall and mobile viewers are staying the same. But at the same time, revenue is still staying the same. You know, revenue hasn't dropped. Money is still coming in at the same amount that it usually is, which is very interesting. And obviously, he's been trying to get to the bottom of this, and it seems like this has now been solved. And obviously, this is a tweet from Kitsunera talking about it here, saying, adblock users not being counted as views actually makes so much sense looking at all the data. Whether it's adblockers doing or YouTube's doing, it does explain why some views are down only on PC, but revenue stayed the same. Thank you, Josh. I finally don't feel crazy anymore. And obviously, yeah, he kind of adds on to that here, saying YouTube put out info on ad blockers having an impact on views. So essentially, what Josh came to the conclusion of is the fact that there has been a ad blocker kind of campaign that YouTube obviously has been kind of doing for the past year or so, where they're trying to stop people from using ad blocker to block the ads that are going on. But it seems like now these ad blockers are having an effect on viewership. And now, whether this was YouTube's plan to get people to stop using ad blocker, or whether this was just a mistake, and obviously it seems like maybe in the effort to kind of ban ad blockers, they also accidentally removed viewership from people with ad blockers, then obviously, that could be an issue. And it is why we're seeing a big drop in viewership, but no drop in revenue, because people are still watching the video and getting those watch hours in. It just means the view doesn't count on the view counter whenever someone with an ad blocker watches the video. So if you do have an ad blocker on, obviously, I'm not telling you to remove it, because again, it is a very important tool to have, especially if you don't like ads. But if you do want to support your favorite creator or your favorite VTuber, right, I would consider just turning it off, whether it is for that stream or that video or whatever, because again, it has been affecting them heavily. It's been affecting viewership very, very heavily, and hopefully YouTube can find something to fix this. Again, I don't know if they will, because I feel like this is just perfect for them, because it will just get people to turn off ad blocker. But again, I don't really know what they're going to do about it. But yeah, obviously people have been speaking out about it, saying YouTube has responded to the drop in views many creators are seeing, desktop viewership, saying it's likely not restrictive mode. If you guys don't know, restricted mode was a big problem with YouTube for a little while, but now it seems like they're saying it's ad blockers that are doing this. They're saying fluctuations in traffic related to these update tools. I guess what YouTube means here is that they made another change to fight against ad blockers. It sounds like it, yeah. Is that it's ad blockers probably. Ad revenue remains the same. So that makes sense though. If you're earning from $10 from 1,000 views and 500 of those were ad block, no revenue, now your counter would say 500, but you're still earning $10. Which, yeah, it's obviously obvious. So did everyone just start using ad block on August 12th or whenever it was? It says, if I had to guess, I'd say they've changed how viewership from non-monetized content is counted, which, yeah, is 100% true. I don't think this is a problem of, like, everybody just miraculously went, hey, let's all use ad blocker, let's all use these programs to kind of screw over everybody, right? No, it's the case of YouTube made this change, and YouTube are the ones that are responsible, or maybe ad blockers are responsible too, but again, I think it's mainly YouTube here. And obviously, this was the original post put out by the YouTube liaison person, saying, viewers using ad blockers and other content blocking tools. Ad blockers and other extensions can impact the accuracy of reported view counts. Channels whose audience include a high proportion of users utilizing such tools may see more fluctuation in traffic related to the update to these tools. So yeah, obviously there has been some kind of update after months and months of them being like, no, nothing's happened, nothing's changed, nothing's happened, no, nothing's wrong. They were saying that for a while, right? But now we've finally gotten to the bottom of it. Obviously, Josh has done a lot of research into it, and now they finally had to go, okay, fine, we did make an update, and this is the update. And obviously, a lot of people have been talking about it, including a lot of VTubers. For example, this one saying, so if you have an ad blocker and you watch my content, your view doesn't count. What about people who can't afford premium? And why is that the creator's fault? We can't control if someone has ad block or not, so why are we getting punished? This is going to make people suddenly pay for YouTube. This is so stupid, which is, yeah, 100% true. And obviously, I think it's an interesting one because, again, I don't know how it works because, for example, me, I have YouTube Premium, so again, I don't have to watch ads and things, but I do still have ad blocker for like websites and things and other, ads that come up on other sites, right? But I don't know if that counts towards YouTube as well. I don't know, just because I've got an ad blocker that is blocking stuff for other sites, but I still pay for premium, does that mean my view also doesn't get counted, even though I do have premium? Again, I don't know, but that would be something that would be very nice to kind of understand. But again, we don't really know. It said, while I feel bad for the views on the YouTuber, especially ones I actively watch, are directly impacted, I'm not going to turn off my ad blocker until YouTube fixes its ad policies and navigates me an ad for a mobile. Said, no, you got to do what you got to do. Respect it. And yeah, I think a lot of people are not saying that, you should turn off your ad blocker. Again, obviously, it's something that you could consider if you want to support a streamer, maybe for like a one-off video or whatever, just turning it off for that one kind of thing so you can give them that extra view, right? And it's also just something to be aware of, just because of stuff like that. But I don't think anybody's saying to turn off ad blocker. If anything, people are saying to kind of hold strong, because it seems like YouTube are using this as a way to kind of force people, I guess, to turn it off and go and buy premium or just watch ads or whatever on their platform, which obviously nobody wanted to do in the first place. That's why people have got ad block, and people have been trying to get around the ad block kind of blockers that have been going on. So again, obviously, people are not very happy about this. We got people like Pippa as well saying, turn off that pesky ad block. Mediocre Michael, there's an open video, auto dub closed video. Why would a creator use this feature? I hate this. It was on by default and creators were never asked. YouTube, ooh, your ad block is hurting views, which obviously, yeah, is 100% true. The auto dub was a pretty bad thing that went on, and I actually, obviously enabled it on my channel for a little bit because I thought it could help some people, and some people were asking for it, and then it just turned out to be absolutely terrible, and I started getting comments being like, hey, this sucks, I can't watch the video anymore, can you just turn it off? And then I did obviously turn it off. So again, that was also another terrible decision from YouTube there, adding auto dubbing. So again, it's great to see though. Pippa has been speaking out about it as well. People saying get rid of YouTube auto dubbing. It ruined Leah's concert upload. Said when companies start vetting the ads, I might consider not using ad block. Till then, YouTube can cry all at once. YouTube with ads is just unwatchable now. I guess that's why so many pay for premium these days. So they don't count a view unless an ad was loaded. It said, the internet is insufferable without ad blockers. I mainly watch YouTube on Linux machine using a blocking browser, but I still pay for premium, so I hope the creators still get money from that, which obviously, yeah, is true. And obviously, the creators are still getting money. This is the thing. They're still getting revenue. They're still getting money to the same degree of whether you had ad block or not. If you watch a video and you have ad block on, they will still be getting that revenue. What they won't be getting, though, is that viewership, which could count towards even more viewership, right? You can see how this affects obviously a streamer or a YouTuber or whatever, or a video, because again, obviously, if you don't have a view on that video, then the chances of that being moved on to the next person to view it, and the next person, as the algorithm kind of works, right, is going to make it much lower and harder for people to kind of grow and get recommended on these platforms, which I think is pretty crazy. And obviously a lot of people are not happy about that too, which I can definitely 100% understand why they would not be happy. But yeah, I mean, that is an update to this. Obviously, I'd say just keep this in mind for the future, that if you do have an ad blocker and you use ad blocker, this probably is going to nullify your view, which again, I think is pretty interesting. As I said, they will still gain the revenue from it, but they will not gain the view count from it, which I think, honestly, a lot of creators care about a little bit more, to be honest, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, I mean, that is an update. I hope that YouTube fix it or do something about it to kind of change it, because again, I do think it is pretty ridiculous. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what kind of happens with that, because again, YouTube don't often tend to budge when it comes to this kind of stuff. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code Kazakh, get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there. I definitely recommend checking it out. They have a new merch out at the moment, which looks really, really nice. So I definitely recommend going to go and get some of that with my code Kazakh. Again, you'll get 10% off. So yeah, very, very easy. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. So, see ya.